what's up, everybody? This is Simon, and I appreciate you watching. In this episode, we're going to talk about how San Francisco has returned to its old days since the visit of China and the APEC Forum. As you guys know, San Francisco has been a dump. I made a video recently, The Death of San Francisco. Check that out on my channel. This video really talked about, for 30 minutes, all the problems that San Francisco is going through. Actually, not all, but many. And in there, we discussed the homelessness, the drugs, the encampments, the needles, the poop, the lack of leadership or the problematic approach to leadership. And then since I made a video that says, wow, the city cleaned up, and I didn't know the city was going to get cleaned up that fast or if it was possible. And I was hoping it would stay, actually. There were a lot of memes going around with Xi Jinping becoming an honorary citizen of San Francisco. Kind of like all these people that come to San Francisco and decide to loiter. I believe they get some incentive to do so. But overall, the city kind of has gotten back to its old ways now. I'd go to San Francisco a couple times a week, and I'm starting to see what I've seen prior to China coming in, slowly coming back. So it doesn't look like they're clearing out encampments anymore. It doesn't look like they're cleaning the streets as much. And I'm starting to see the homeless coming back, but not only the homeless, the mentally ill, the druggies. There's quite a lot of drug people I'm starting to see again, where during that time when China was here, or I should say President Xi Jinping was here, I did not see any of that, which was great. It actually looked like a totally clean city. It reminded me of New York after the Mayor Giuliani days. And I will say that it's kind of not pleasant to see San Francisco really return to where it's at. I was hoping what they would do is they would take the opportunity to clean up the city the way it was cleaned up, but maintain it, right? I really compare this to like a young child and their room. You know, if the kid doesn't know to clean up their room daily or make their bed daily, the one day in the month that they do make up their bed, they take pride and credit and pout. And I shouldn't say pout, but they're really like proud of themselves to do it. And that's what the speech with Newsom was recently.
Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true. But it's also true for months and months and months prior to APEC, we've been having different conversations.
And as you could see, he was kind of proud. They've been working on this initiative for months and so forth. But overall, if you don't keep your room clean every day and you're just happy you cleaned it once, that's not a long-term solution. You know, you have to clean your room or make your bed daily. That's what people are expecting. And what I was expecting from the city officials was the fact that San Francisco should remain clean after this one big incident where you have all the excuse in the world to keep it clean. And keep it clean, they could have. I mean, they had every resource already mapped out. They've proven that they could do it within a certain amount of days. It didn't need to maybe be on that extreme, but overall, they had the ability and opportunity to maintain it, right? So almost like cleaning out your garden. If you're going to get all the weeds out, you know, you got to spray and maintain. You don't want to let it regrow to where weeds are running rampant all over the place. I'm not saying this situation is like weeds growing, but overall, no one that's a paying citizen really wants to see poop in front of their house or needles or drug abusers. I recall just coming into the city last Thursday, and looking for parking, and the one parking spot available. And if you guys know San Francisco, parking in San Francisco is a disaster. And when I say disaster, not only is it limited on spots, but it's also dangerous because people could break into your car. I mentioned it before in the past video where people leave their cars unlocked and their doors open and windows open so no one could break it, because it costs like $200-300 to fix a window, right? And it takes time off. The one spot I did find, there was a bunch of trash in that spot. In there was this junkie on their knees. And when I say junkie, I mean a drug addict. And this person was just kind of blocking the spot. And I was hesitant to park in that spot because I said, well, you know, if they're throwing their trash around and I put my car right next to it, what's to say that they're just not going to break my window and see what's in my car and then move along? I mean, that's what they do, right? They don't care for your property. They don't care for your well-being in that day or who you are or how many struggles you're going through. They don't care if you're a single mother or if you're a teenager that could barely afford that car. This is kind of the mindset of the no prosecution type crime rate in San Francisco for these type of crimes. So I didn't park there, and I was late to where I was going. Overall, the city's back to where it's at. It's really disappointing, and I don't think it's going to change. I honestly think, based on the comments from the last video, the death of San Francisco, again, check out that video, guys, on the channel. People have said that for years and years and years, they've seen the decay of San Francisco. The writing was on the wall where things were just not going to be pleasant to deal with. Things were not going to be improved. I mean, they saw homeless back then. They saw drugs coming in back then. Not at the rate that we're seeing today, but it was amplifying and amplifying and amplifying. It's kind of like San Francisco maybe was getting worse 1% per year over the past 50 years, right? That's 50%. So something along the lines like that, you know, in self-improvement, they say if you improve 1% daily, by the end of the year, you're 365% improved. Well, if you decay or don't improve 1% daily, guess what? You're going to be at zero as far as self-improvement anywhere in your own journey. And the same with San Francisco. San Francisco didn't improve, even though they put more money towards homelessness, more money towards these mental programs, more money towards things that would supposedly help the homeless population or the streets and the drugs and the crime. It has done nothing. In fact, it just looks dirtier and dirtier. And within a couple weeks, it feels like it's gotten infested and infected again to be a city that is potentially on its way of a further decline. Now, I'm all for, again, the city cleaning up for Oracle or for Dreamforce or for China to visit or for the president to visit. But I don't like the fact that we have this Band-Aid mentality, which is let's just clean it up for now, and then we'll, you know, let the citizens and the taxpayers worry about it or complain about it, or they can't do anything about it, right? And there's so many businesses that are leaving. There's constantly someone, if you just Google San Francisco businesses that left, they're closing down, they're leaving, they're just upset with the leadership of the local government and maybe the state. And they had enough. You know, why pay the extra taxes? Why come into work every day fighting off homeless or druggies or having these people? Like I know someone that owns a barbershop in San Francisco in an area that's not really clean on Polk Street. And this barbershop owner literally has a bat next to his cutting chair. And I'm like, dude, what do you have a bat here for? You know? When I used to go there, I stopped going there because it got so filthy. I didn't want to park my car around worrying that, hey, this haircut that's now $50 or whatever, it's going to cost me $250 because of a broken window. But he would have a bat next to his barber chair. And I would say, why do you need a bat? You have scissors, you have this. He's like, well, people come in here all the time. They cause trouble. They threaten. They want money. They threaten my clients on the chair. He's like, I have clients that are lawyers. I have clients that are tech people. I have clients that are all over the place. But overall, this bat has chased some people out of my barbershop, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's just insane. And overall, who the hell wants to deal with that on their day, on a Monday morning or a Tuesday morning, when you got bills to pay, you got kids to feed, you got wives, husbands, whatever. You really are dealing with things that you should not be. And for some reason, that's become a norm and an accepted norm. It was quickly cleaned up and it quickly returned pretty much to full extent. And no one has done anything else about it to clean it up or make it anything else than what it is. I am curious to see what's going to happen to San Francisco in the first quarter of next year. You know, we still have some of the highest rental prices out in the world. We still have crazy real estate prices. To own a house in San Francisco, you're at over $1 million. To own a house in the Sunset, you're over $1.5 million. Richmond district's around 1.7 million. Other neighborhoods, as well as condos, are pretty pricey, over $500,000 to millions of dollars. No one wants to buy condos anymore in San Francisco because downtown is still dead. I have not seen a post out there from any of these big companies requiring people to return to work. In fact, I do think that maybe downtown San Francisco is no longer a financial hub, but becomes like a residential area or a mixed use area where a lot of these buildings may start becoming hotels or accommodating either homeless or people that want to move in there. I don't see why you would want to move in there, but this is something that might happen. It's still not clean, guys, and I don't think it's going to get cleaner. Let me know if you think this is going to get worse. It's going to get better. The positive spin to this is like maybe they learned something from the way that they could clean up the place, and now they're implementing something to keep it clean. I'm not going to say permanently, but 95% of the time, right? They're implementing laws, they're implementing locations to house people, they're implementing things of that nature where they could say, hey, you know, we've learned from this lesson, they're cleaning it up from China, which they admitted cleaning up for China. You could see that video here.
Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true. But it's also true for months and months and months prior to APEC, we've been having different conversations.
If that's the case, well, let's keep it clean for everybody else, the citizens. That's the biggest thing I think that we could take from this video is keep it clean for the people that are living in San Francisco, visiting San Francisco, live around San Francisco, which love the city for what it is. I would say San Francisco is the most beautiful city in the world when it's clean. It's got perfect weather. It's got the coastlines. It's got the bay, the bridges. You've got culture. You've got different cultures. You've got great food. And if we could just keep it nice, crime-free, and safe, I think San Francisco can resume to what it was known for during its tech boom, during its real estate booms that it's had. And that could potentially be something positive. So hopefully they learned from cleaning up for China. They haven't implemented what they learned yet because it's gotten to crap again. And they're going to implement it and keep it that way. Let me know in the comments below if you think that'll happen or if San Francisco's dead. Also check out the Ideal Hour podcast where I bring on some cool guests that have great stories to tell about their success in their life. The Ideal Hour podcast launches every Wednesday. There's a new episode. I truly appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe if you liked it. Comment below, add to this video. Thank you.